If the rumors are true, Apple may be making some big changes to its iPhone lineup in the coming few years. The most recent leak suggests that the iPhone 18 Pro will have a big boost to its connectivity. Of course, we just saw the iPhone 17 Pro come out last month, but the information already has some rumors about its replacement. One of these is that 5G over satellite support might be available as soon as next year. Sources told the information that the next iPhones, probably the iPhone 18 Pro, will feature 5G networks that aren't tethered to Earth's surface, which includes satellites. Apple's phones may now broadcast a small quantity of emergency information over satellite networks. This feature was included with the iPhone 14, which came out in 2022. If it had full 5G compatibility, it would also support all the normal phone and app features. Look to the Starlinks. The information has an important supplementary detail in this report. It says that SpaceX is adding support for the same radio frequency that Globalstar uses to the new designs for its own Starlink satellites. Apple gets emergency satellite service for its iPhones and the new Apple Watch Ultra 3 from Globalstar. This suggests that Apple and Starlink might work together soon. It's still early days for this rumor, so it's not apparent how it would play out. Apple originally intimated that it might ultimately start charging for satellite connectivity on its phones, although that hasn't happened yet. 5G satellite support might change that. While concrete speculations about the iPhone 18 series have been somewhat scant on the ground so far, it sounds increasingly plausible that Apple will potentially start spacing the launches of its phones across the year, beginning in 2026. That might entail the standard iPhone 18 launching in spring 2026 and the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max launching in September 2026 as normal. However, this is very much guesswork at this juncture. Currently, Apple partners with Globalstar, which offers the connectivity for the emergency SOS feature. According to the new allegation, Globalstar head James Monroe wants to sell the company for $10 billion. The information says that's a clue that Globalstar and Apple are seeking more independence from each other. The improved technical capabilities of the iPhone 18 and the distancing between Apple and its present satellite connectivity partner could offer opportunities for Elon Musk. According to earlier reports, Musk wanted a deal with Apple years ago, but Apple rejected his offer. That's why Starlink connectivity is accessible on the iPhone only through T-Mobile. So 3-word for me: let it happen. Considering the rapid development of satellite connection and the ambitious intentions of SpaceX and its competitors, it's a matter of time before satellite 5G becomes widely available. I wouldn't bet on Apple signing a deal with SpaceX next year. Elon Musk's company is leading the space, and Apple has the habit of cooperating with the leaders. Apple is preparing for its iPhone 18 launch well in advance, has reportedly requested 13 million 10nm class DRAM chips from Samsung. The iPhone 18 family is planned to arrive in Q4 2026, but Apple is already scrambling to secure the components that will be included in its next flagship series, starting with the DRAM. According to the newest source, the California-based business has requested Samsung in advance to supply it with a massive 13 million 10nm class LPDDR5X 1B DRAM chips for the second quarter of next year. In short, the corporation wishes to have a head start against the competition, and this is the only method to achieve an edge. The fresh source also indicates that the complete iPhone 18 will arrive with 12 gigs LPDDR5X RAM as standard. As memory requirements increase thanks to the proliferation of high-budget video games and creative AI features in smartphones, Apple will slowly but definitely provide RAM upgrades to its iPhone lineup. This year was the first time the Cupertino firm added 12 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM to its iPhone Air, the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, with next year witnessing a little modification in the specifications. Where the base iPhone 17 was treated to 8 gigs RAM, the Bell believes that base iPhone 18 can see a rise to 12 gigs. Additionally, a prior source said that Apple will use 6-channel DRAM in its iPhone 18 series, resulting in improved bandwidth necessary for AI-related workloads. However, even at that time, there was no indication of the corporation upgrading to LPDDR6 technology, which has been clarified by the Korean site. The source says that Apple requested mobile DRAM supply from Micron and SK Hynix, but the industry believes that Samsung is the only manufacturer that can sufficiently accommodate to the customer's increased supply demand. Samsung's 1B DRAM was claimed to have been facing yield challenges, but the business has effectively stabilized it and has reached a threshold that its clients are satisfied with. The iPhone 18 debut next year will not be the customary way Apple has adopted for several years. In 2026, we are likely to be met by the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, and the foldable iPhone, with the first half of 2027 materializing the base iPhone 18. During this period, Samsung's DRAM market share as Apple's supplier will undoubtedly expand, becoming a trusted producer for the trillion-dollar behemoth, much like it has when it comes to producing millions of OLEDs. In related news, Samsung is also in the throes of purchasing and putting up the required equipment that will allow it to become the exclusive provider of Apple's M6 MacBook Pro OLED screens, which is planned to launch in late 2026. Apple's next-gen iPhone 18 includes new A20 Pro and A20 CPUs, codenames disclosed for 2nm SoC. Apple's next-gen A20 Pro and A20 CPUs will power the new iPhone 18 devices in 2026, with the codenames of the new 2nm chips disclosed. Apple's next-gen A20 Pro processor is purportedly called Borneo Ultra, and its A20 Non-Pro is called Borneo, ready to power the next-gen iPhone 18 and foldable iPhone in 2026, fab bed on TSMC's bleeding-edge 2nm manufacturing node. The codenames are coming from Weibo Tipster, mobile phone chip expert, who claims they had dinner with a buddy of theirs, who happens to be the IC design manager at Apple. Over dinner, the two discussed the next iPhone and its A-series chipset, where we're finding out that the A20 Pro is branded Borneo Ultra and the A20 dubbed Borneo. The standard iPhone 18 should be powered by the normal A20 Borneo, while the higher-end iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, and foldable iPhone will be powered by the A20 Pro Borneo Ultra CPU. However, with recent claims that Apple would be delaying the base iPhone 18 release until 2027, we could expect to see that Apple launches its A20 Pro-powered iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, and foldable iPhone in 2026, with the A20-powered iPhone 18 not coming until 2027. The reason? Because of the foldable iPhone debuting in 2026, as it is one of the 4 main iPhone releases of the year. We're expected to see the budget-focused iPhone 17e in the first half of 2026, followed by the iPhone 18 Air, iPhone 18 Pro, and iPhone 18 Pro Max. With these changes, Apple's plan is now to extend its first half launches and focus on premium devices, while the second half of the year will improve iPhone sales. With the new foldable iPhone and affordable iPhones in the future, Apple is expecting to spread out its new product effect more equally throughout the year. The Weibo tipster said, "I had dinner with a friend who's in charge of IC design at Apple. Next year, Apple's 2nm A20 chipset for the iPhone 18 will come in 2 configurations. The standard is named Borneo, while the CPU for the Pro and foldable phones is Borneo Ultra. This is possibly the first time Apple's 2nm processor has been revealed online." The Korean language rumor indicates that only the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max will contain the camera, which will replace the main wide-angle camera on the rear, sitting alongside the ultra-wide and telephoto sensors. A variable aperture allows the camera to modify the quantity of light that enters the sensor. This implies that in dark conditions, the aperture can be expanded to receive more light, while in light environments it can be closed to prevent overexposure. It also should allow users with greater control over depth of field, which refers to how crisp a subject appears in the foreground compared to the background. Apple is already moving ahead with plans to deliver the technology to next-generation iPhones and is now negotiating components with vendors. The changeable camera is apparently slated to be created by LG Innotek and Foxconn, while the actuator is to be manufactured by Chinese companies Luxshare ICT and Sunny Optical. Apple has never used a variable aperture on an iPhone camera before. The main cameras on all of the iPhone 14 Pro through iPhone 17 Pro models have a fixed aperture of f/1.78, and the lens is always fully open and shooting with this aperture. Samsung Electronics previously offered a variable aperture camera to its Galaxy S9 and Galaxy S10 models in 2018 and 2019, but due to increasing thickness and high price, it withdrew the feature in 2020. The information corroborates a rumor from Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo revealed in December last year. The iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max are slated to be announced alongside the iPhone Air 2 and Apple's first foldable iPhone in the fall of 2026. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more tech news and updates.